Tomorrow, Geithner and Ben Bernanke will be in Mumbai holding meetings with the RBI and officials from the Confederation of Indian Industry. For the moment, we are joined by the President of CII, Godrej. Just ahead of that meeting, Mr. Godrej, it's good to have you. As far as that meeting with Geithner and Bernanke is concerned, what are the key issues you'll be highlighting as a representative of industry?
We'll take up all the various issues. Very clearly, Indian US trade and investment should increase. They were both very large economies, and the opportunities for further increase in trade and investment is very considerable.
Right, Mr. Godrej, Geithner has said the recent reforms offer a promising growth path. What do you make of his statements, and what's really happening on ground?
I think it's very important. Very clearly, the government has taken several steps to improve the perception of India, both internationally and within India. I think aside from the recent reforms announced, both to contain the fiscal deficit and to open up foreign direct investment in various sectors, I think the steps taken to postpone the application of GAR and the retrospective amendments are very welcome. And I think generally the perception of India has improved. We have seen the results in the stock market having gone up, as well as the rupee appreciating.
Yes, we've seen that kind of effect. But here, talking about this visit, on one hand you have Geithner praising the reforms, and then on the other side we also have the International Monetary Fund cutting the growth outlook for 2012 to 4.9%, even though they are more optimistic about 2013. So what's your thought on that?
No, I think the IMF work was probably done before the latest data on India was available, and I totally disagree with the IMF projection of growth. I think these bodies, you must remember, don't revise their numbers every day or every other day. They do it after a period of time, and I think we should discount that number.
Mr. Godrej, now that reforms seem to be the flavor of the season, we have markets doing reasonably well. Everyone's hoping for a rate cut. Of course, we're going to be seeing the governor talking later this month. Do you see that happening?
Well, it's very difficult for me to say what RBI will do, but I do hope they reduce the rates. It's very important. Even to fight inflation, the rate reduction is important to my mind, because if the rates are reduced and the perception of India improves, if the expectation of Indian growth improves, the rupee will appreciate, and that will do much more to contain inflation than keeping the interest rates high.
Mr. Godrej, thanks so much for joining us. Pleasure as always speaking to you. Still to come right here on The Final Word. The IMF cuts India's FY12 GDP forecast.